Hello, welcome to the last February lesson of TAÚKIRWO, which is a show in the Gikuyu language where we teach about biological cells and the microbes that sometimes infect them. We usually have an English show that airs the weekend before the Thursday lesson, which is usually at 4 p.m. Kenyan time on Thursdays. This month we have discussed topics like cigarettes and weed and the different cells that are involved in the way that those two chemicals are processed in our body. We've also talked about the difference between hepatitis and Ebola, and then also the difference between goiter, rickets, and stroke. And then now we have this lesson where we are going to discuss Pseudomonas and diphtheria, which are two bacteria that somebody asked a question about. All of these topics are topics that you guys have asked that we discuss, and this month we have changed our style to be short and to the point because one of you really challenged us to think about short, concise lessons. Please let us know what you think about how we've been doing in the comments below. In both of the shows, whether it is English or Kikuyu, the show structure is usually set up to answer neke or what and neke or why about different topics. So today we will answer those two questions related to Pseudomonas and diphtheria. To start, when you are told that you have a Pseudomonas infection, that means that a type of bacteria, likely called Pseudomonas aeruginosa, has started growing somewhere on your body. And if you are dealing with diphtheria, that means you or your child have been infected by a bacterium called Corynebacterium diphtheriae, and you ought to be seeing the pictures of them both going across your screen now. So now you might be wondering, where would I be interacting with these bacteria? So Pseudomonas, they're usually just out in the environment, so that's in the soil, in the plants, just all over, whereas the ones that cause diphtheria, usually you will interact with them, ama you will find them if you interact with another sick person. And the parts of the body that are infected typically with Pseudomonas are our skin, blood, lungs, GI tract, or other parts of our body. And it's especially worse if we are immunocompromised or if our immune system is not working well. Diphtheria, on the other hand, typically attacks the mucous membranes of the nose and throat. And some doctors know that it's diphtheria specifically because there is usually a gray covering on the back of the throat. To treat Pseudomonas infection, usually doctors will treat you with antibiotics. I should remind you that Pseudomonas bacteria are very good at becoming resistant to antibiotics, so doctors are typically now very concerned about being able to treat this well, especially in the future. Please take a chance to listen to the video on this channel about antimicrobial resistance if you'd like to learn more. Diphtheria infections are also treated with antibiotics, but one other special thing about diphtheria is that it usually makes a poison or toxin. So you might also be given an antitoxin to break down the toxin. Typically, if you're traveling somewhere with high rates of diphtheria, the doctor will usually recommend a vaccine to help prevent severe sickness in case you get infected. I hope to see you on Thursday for the Gikuyu lesson or next weekend for the next English lesson to start the month of March. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.